Well, hey everybody, and welcome back to Kiki's Kitchen. Today I am making a king cake, and when I say I'm making a king cake, I am doing a take on a king cake. A real king cake is a beautiful light cake. I'm doing it with crescent rolls. This is really more of a coffee cake than anything else, but I'm doing a riff on a king cake, and which is it was a cake that was originally brought from France to New Orleans. So I'm even wearing my New Orleans shirt. So it's a special meeting for Louisiana. And I have family in Louisiana, which is where I was introduced to a king cake. And it is and I'm late with it because it's typically served between January 6th and Fat Tuesday. The origin is said to be from the three wise men that delivered their gifts to baby Jesus on the 12th night, which is January 6th. So it's typically served between January 6th and Fat Tuesday, which was last week. So I'm a little late with it, but this is a really good coffee cake. There's also a baby inside. It's a baby, see the baby? You bake this, and then you take this little baby and you tuck it in there and you twirl it around so nobody knows where it goes. And whoever gets the baby has good luck and prosperity. So I always have my baby. And I always give my baby back to me so that I have it for the next time I make a king cake. So it's very simple the way I do it. It's very simple. You need two rolls of crescent rolls. And you start with the skinny rolls, the skinny side in. I should have had these open, but with the points into the middle. If you do it on a pizza pan, but for some reason, I could not find my pizza pans today, so, and you do want to do it on parchment anyway, so this will work. So let me get these out of here. And roll it back. And take my point and point it in. I want to stay with my, whoops, sorry, to the middle. And this is kind of my what do you call, and you want to overlap it just a little bit, If when I get to the end of my circle, I need to adjust it, I will, but I think I'll be good. So I'm keeping kind of my more straight side on the one side. Like I said, this is what I call a pantry cake. I'm having my little Bible group over. I need something quick and easy. This is it. They'll love it. I'll love it. Case closed. I can make this a little bit more overlap because I got two more. Of course, well, there's no moving it once you get it, but that's all right because I'm going to end up folding it into the middle anyway. So overlap there, and then my last one. Whoops. Get it, y'all. There we go. So what you want to do now is you want to go, you don't want to press the middle in. You want to go to just the middle of your dough and press it down. Not to this end or this end because you're going to be folding these ends in, but you want to press the middle section of your dough down. And then we're going to put our stuff in our mixer. Okay, hang on one quick second. So now what I have, so we're going to put this aside for the moment. In my mixer, I have 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese that are room temperature. So in they're going to go. This is our filling. And we're going to add to that a half a cup of brown sugar, packed, you know, as always, packed. A teaspoon of vanilla extract and a teaspoon of cinnamon. Since I got 1 teaspoon now, I'm going to use my dry first. So a teaspoon of cinnamon. Looks good. A teaspoon of vanilla. Oops. And we're going to mix this up. And we're going to plug it in. I'm telling you, do it all the time, don't I? Okay. And we're going to mix that up. I'm not going to make you listen to that while that mixes. As soon as that's done mixing, I'll bring you back. Okay, now this is nice and creamy, and I'll show you in a second, but I'm going to add a cup of chopped pecans and mix those in. That won't take but a second. Looks good. All right. Let's pull this out. I guess I probably could have waited and brought you back when I got this beater out, but that's all right. You can wait for just a quick second, I think. Good enough. So now this is our filling. And think of it in terms of, like, you know, a Danish, that you know, a bakery Danish. So what I want to do is I want to put this all down the ring in the middle. Can you see me? If you can see me, I can see you. Okay. You can see that, yes? Yes. I'll come back when I'm just making a ring. And I'm just distributing it for the moment. If I need to spread it a lot out and even it out a little bit in a second, I will. But it's just in the middle, halfway between the wide part of the crescent roll and the skinny part. And back to the baby, that little plastic baby. You can actually use a penny or a bean, but you don't put it in until after you've baked the cake. That it does not bake with the cake. It will in fact melt, so you don't want to do that. Or you don't want a bean in there, or you don't want a penny in there. You can use either of them. It's whoever gets that is luck and prosperity. I'm just kind of going back around here to where I'm a little light, so that it has all the goodness all the way around. It looks pretty good to me. Now I'm going to put, you can stop right here and start folding it in. But you know me, I gotta get a little lily, you know. Always, guys. But I'm gonna add a little fruit to this. I'm gonna add some apples. So this will be kind of an apple cheese Danish type of a thing. That looks good. Well, I'm not gonna wash that hand just yet but that looks nice and even. And I'm gonna back it up a little bit because I want to be able to pull these from the center. And I wanna make sure that I got plenty to work with. Looks a little heavier there than here. It'll all work out. There we go. Okay, so I have a can of apples. Ta-da! Pie filling apples. And I'm going to take, you don't have to use the whole can at all, but I'm going to take an apple and just, can you see? Oh, whoop, don't do that. Kind of layer it And I want to kind of make it go this way so that when I fold it, I don't have to fight with the fold. Actually, maybe it would be better if it went this way, to tell you the truth. I'm changing my mind, guys. You know what? Here's the deal. Depends upon how, you know, my apples are coming out of here. Some of them are huge pieces and some of them aren't. So if it looks like it's going to make you fight this, then lay it, you know, sideways. However you get it on there works. Again, that one looks like it might be a problem. I have my oven preheating at 375. And again, I know that that's right. You know, I always say, read the recipe. Don't trust what's coming out of my mouth. Because I don't always say exactly the right thing. I'm thinking of a different recipe. Always look at the recipe. Especially for baking times. This one I happen to know I'm right at. This is really a great cake with coffee. Truly it is. Just like any cheese Danish, you know. And one more. There we go. Now I am going to rinse off my hands. Bear with me a second. Give them a quick rinse because I'm going to be folding that dough. I do want to see how long this is going to go for, because I really don't remember. It's 375. 375 for 25 minutes or until golden brown. So I'm going to start here because that looks like to me where I started. And I'm going to pull that up and over. And up and over. Around the whole thing. You want them to separate. They might be a little cranky at this point because you know the dough is warmed up a little bit. So just work with it. But can you see that? We're just pulling them into the middle. Very easy peasy. And flipping it over. All the way around. Ta-da! So, see that? So now we're going to start back over here where we started, and we're going to take the big part and fold it up over the top. Just like that. Stretch it out a little bit and fold it up over the top. Can you see this? I wish I had a cameraman, but I don't, y'all. So you got to kind of pull it a little bit, stretch it, and pull it into the top, into the middle. Stretch it a little bit, into the middle. We'll go back and we'll clean this up and tuck it in a second, but I'm just getting these all up and around. Up and in. I'm just trying to cover my apples. We'll come back and I will put the camera down in here so you can see what it looks like. There will be 6 of us tonight. And I'll bet you there's not one piece of this left over for coffee in the morning. Sorry I'm getting my back to you, but like I said, I'll come back and I'll tuck this all in to make sure it's all tucked up under there, because that's all I'm going to do is tuck it up under there. These guys are unhappy because they've been sitting the longest. And this final piece. Okay, so can you see that? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in here. I'm just doing this one-handed, kids. Doing it without a net. And I'm going to tuck these up underneath here and just basically make a ring. I'm going to try to pinch it all together so that nothing is escaping. Okay. All right. So, I have no idea what you just did. If you were nosediving or what. I was looking at two things at one time. You know I don't do that well. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the oven at 375 for about 25 minutes, which is what the recipe calls for. But you know me, if it's 25 minutes, I'm setting my timer for 20 because I like to see what's happening. Just so I can look. I don't necessarily have to open that. You know what I always tell you. Don't open that oven door unless you have to, because you drop 5 degrees every time you open it. So in this is going to go, and I'll see you in 25 minutes. Okay, we're out of the oven. And look how beautiful golden brown that is. And I will tell you, truly, it was right at 375, right at 25 minutes. So I'm going to let it cool for a minute, but I am going to make a glaze. Simple glaze, which is just powdered sugar. I've got, maybe a 1.5 to 2 cups of powdered sugar in here. I've got heavy cream, but you can use whatever milk you happen to have in the house. And that's about 1/4 cup. I will end up adding more because I wanted a drizzle kind of a consistency. But I'm going to start it slow. I'm going to add a little almond extract to it. And a little bit more milk. And I'm going to let this cool, but I'm not going to let it get completely cool. I'm going to let it, cool for about 10, 15 minutes. And then I will drizzle it with this. And because I am doing a faux king cake, I will decorate it with sprinkles, which traditionally are purple, gold, and green. So, let me give this 10 minutes to cool and I'll be back. I almost forgot you. So, it's been cooling for, maybe 20 minutes. And it's still warm to the touch. So, this is just our powdered sugared frosting. And you can see we're just pouring it on here. That looks good to me. And now we're going to just decorate it up a little bit. Now, usually it's kind of done in sections. So we'll do a little gold and purple. Did I open this yet? No. Tell you the truth, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Gold and purple, which is, of course, as we know, the color of kings. And green. And usually there's yellow on here, but I had a really tough time finding yellow. And I have these little things that has just a little tiny bit of yellow in it. So we'll use it up. No more yellow in that one. Just a little bit in this one. And that's it. That is our king cake. Ta-da! It's going to be delicious. I promise you that. So, I hope you try it. Simple, really good. Bye. And the baby's in there somewhere, and we will never know. I will spin it round and round and round. She goes, truly, I have no idea where I put it. It's tucked in there somewhere. So, you enjoy. Bye.